Hello, I'm the person who is going to fix your, solve your problem. I'm going to send on screen pass keys, and let's get started. So first you want to add the bottom of your piston. So you already have that. I am just going to use some cubes. Hopefully your piston will have something, some kind of face that's at the top, because that's pretty vital, even if it's curved, even if it's like this, and like this. At least you can select the top, but I'm going to undo all that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into edit mode and hook to a new object, both sides. And then you're going to want to add another cube, and this one is going to be the top of your piston. You already have it, like I said, so yeah, that's good. So edit it to be the maximum. Well, you can edit it however you want. Go into edit mode and hook top and bottom to new objects. And this is the base for our piston. Rearrange the sizes to what you want them to be, and let's start constraining. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that these cubes stay exactly the same size. I mean, these cubes stay exactly the same size. Actually, no, the first thing you want to do is name the empties, because, well, the top and the bottom, because you reference them a lot and you'll have to remember which empties they are. So the first thing you want to do, make them stay the same size. So this is the top of the bottom cube, and we're going to set a limit distance from the bottom, and it will automatically put the value in. Same for here. Except the top. Next, you want them to stay in a straight line, so we're going to want to copy the location of the opposite cube, so this one, so it'll like pull it back, and then we're going to put it to copy the location first, then it will pull it back to where it was, and we're going to put that on this one too. And beat it up. So now that technically should work, but and they stay the same distance, but the tops kind of bend. Well, don't bend, that's the problem. The rotation is all wrong. So the modifier for this is dampen track, and you're going to want to do this for every single one of them. And you're going to want to do the top, and if you want it to look up, then you do Z. If you want it to look down, then you do minus Z. So the two bottom ones so the two ones for the bottom cube, you want to look up towards top and on Z, and the two top cube ones, you want to minus C, look at the bottom. And now everything should work, but it doesn't. And the reason for that is the way Blender updates. I don't exactly know the way it updates, but once you put in a few constraints looking at each other, when you change something with one of them, it doesn't update the others, and nothing changes. But the good news is you're absolutely fine. You can keyframe. So we go to the timeline. If I here set the location, well, set the location for both of these, and then move them up. Well, up and down, respectively. Not that. And then keyframe location. If we go into Z mode, because the I did that thing, which I always do, which is keyframe the location, then move to a new frame, 25, and then leave them. I always forget to. Then keyframe the location. In between these frames, you can see that the empties work absolutely perfectly. They stay the same size, well, same distance from the ones they should, and they work fine. The cubes do not follow. Don't worry, this happens. And the way you have to fix this is you have to add something to lock the empties to. For some reason, I've tried to do it straight to bones and it doesn't work. I can't be bothered to try it again now, but it's just worked for me better when I've done it to an object first. But of course with them you're going to want to put a mask modifier so that they're not seen. Mask modifier so they're not seen during render. And only set it to render, because otherwise you won't be able to see it anyway. And select the empty first, then the one you want to parent it to, and keep transform, and that's tropy keep transform. And now when you move these, the cubes actually update too. So whoop-de-doo. And it works. And then if you want to parent it to an armature, then just select that and parent. Then just do that, and in edit mode for this, I'm going to duplicate it and have it with the second bone that you want to parent it to. So in pose mode is where you parent it, so you parent specific bones. So for those two, you parent the same object, keep transform, I think. I can't remember because I must have. Nope, it's bone. Bone is the one you want. And then the same for this and this. And unselect that one. Control P, bone. And now you can move this one. Bone relative. Bone relative. And both of them should work. Yeah, that's working fine. And there you have a fully working piston. Yeah. Now for the wires. So you already have wires, so I'm quickly going to add mine. Don't worry, I'm converting this to a mesh soon. So Rx90, Ry90, Ry90. That's the curve I want, and then I'm adding curve settings to it. Full means basically it surrounds it completely. Depth, a bit more than I want it. I'll quickly change the curve. G, Y. So this is going to be what it's like. Z. Yeah. Right amount of segments. Turn that resolution up to 2. Is that thickness? It's going to be thinned down a little bit when we put a subsurf. Actually, we don't even need a subsurf modifier on this, really, but if you want to, then it will be turned down. But for this, I'm going to turn down the depth, because I'm not going to put a subsurf on it. Well, so tap out of edit mode, and Alt-Z, mesh, converts to a mesh. And I'm going to put a cloth modifier on it. So set the preset to rubber, and then change the steps however you want. Look up look up the settings for cloths by yourself, but the right settings for kind of rubbery tube is 150 for these two. In edit mode, you're going to want to select the line between here and press Alt, and then Control H, go to new object, and then Shift Alt, select this, and you're going to want to put this into a new group. Turn on pinning and select the group, and just this, so press Alt and click it. That will be only that, and Control H, put to a new object. So now you have empties which hook to it. In the modifier stack, turn cloth down to the bottom so that the hooks are applied before the cloth is worked out, and cloth collision, self collision, turn the quality all the way up to 10 and keep it at that distance, and when you play, in object mode, you can move this, and your thingy will move too. If we want to tap, oh, that went weird. And also, keep in mind that the hooks are applied at the beginning, like it changes the mesh, so your cloth will work with that. If at the beginning of your timeline, I'm going to increase my timeline to 1000 and increase this to 1000. Go back to the beginning. So now it should work. Maybe I should increase this distance, because the more you increase the distance, the more it works. The more it tends to like stay rounded, I've found. Maybe I'm going to turn up the bending value and move it to the start, and move that down before the start, and move it back to the start. So now the stiffness, we'll keep it in the sphere. Method those values, those are the real values that change stuff. And there you have your tube. Hope I've helped. And yeah, thanks for watching. First tutorial.